Yeah, yeah. All these scars, but ain't no tears. Think my heart been made of steel. Man, I do this shit for real. Niggas line up, they thinking I squeal. I was in the cell when I eat my meals. I was rolling when I took that. I been ballin', had to work on my skills. For my exes, ain't no feels. All these scars, but ain't no tears. Think my heart been made of steel. Man, I do this shit for real. Niggas line up, they thinking I squeal. I was in the cell when I eat my meals. I was rolling when I took that. I been ballin', had to work on my skills. For my exes, ain't no feels. So where now, baby? Why this world so crazy? My car do 180, but I ain't tryna race it. This weed make me feel spacious. My bitch are way too anxious. Stay alert, cause that quick can get dangerous. And then everybody turn to strangers. She get that man real quick with them angles. I'm in Texas like the Rangers. Yeah, they tryna frame us. Get rich, get a grill like gangers. I'm so cold and I know they hate it. I wash your low like damn, I faded. I'm looking back like damn, we made it. Yeah. All these scars, but ain't no tears. Think my heart been made of steel. Man, I do this shit for real. Niggas line up, they thinking I squeal. I was in the cell when I eat my meals. I was rolling when I took that. I been ballin', had to work on my skills. For my exes, ain't no feels.
You know what I'm saying? I was gonna play the whole track. We can't give them too much because this is some unreleased.
Yeah, exclusive.
So, Reach the People Podcast Season 2, man. Darius Sanders back in the building. I appreciate all the subscribers and supporters for, you know, showing love throughout the years. And now we're at a different place where things are going up. So I really want to say a special thank you to everybody out there. And who do we have with us today, bro?
I got BACKWOOD Q here.
BACKWOOD Q.
Yeah.
So first off, let's get the name out the way. BACKWOOD Q. You be rolling up backwoods strictly?
Nah,
you one of them type?
It's crazy. It's because it started off like that's all I used to smoke whenever I started making music. But I didn't really have a rap name.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't want to just go with just something simple like Q or my name or something. I just like, I felt like whenever I did smoke those at the time, like it activated something else.
You got activated?
Yeah, and I was just like, I'm just going to go with BACKWOOD. Like, and I just took it and ran with it, really.
You low key, you need to keep it and get sponsored by BACKWOODs one day.
That's the plan. Like,
no, I'm being for real. These days, if you put something in your song or something in your like style or something in your brand, bro, you better push that and tell them pay you.
Yeah, like that's all. It's that simple.
For real. Like, so how'd you start making music?
I actually have always been music oriented.
Mm-hmm.
I've always like played around with rapping and things like that whenever I was a kid. And then just growing up, I just got like more familiar with how like making music was and just the process and everything. But it really started when I was in college.
Okay.
And I had friends that made music, and I would always be around them and stuff. And whenever we would be in the studio, like I'd be really the one chilling, you know. And then I ended up like rapping, and they just pretty much like had my back, and I just went from there, you know.
Mm-hmm. Where'd you go to school at?
So I went to school at Midwestern State.
Midwestern State?
Yes, in Wichita Falls.
I know where it's at. Oh, what'd you go for?
So I went for kinesiology.
Kines?
Yeah, and I got far. I got super far. I got to my senior year, and like just the music was just going too fast, and I just decided to focus on that. You know, I could always go back and knock out a semester or two, but you know, while I'm at the age I'm at now, I just feel like it's better than me to just go into it, while I can.
I really can like agree with that because I'm in my senior year now, and I feel like I haven't been like in a situation where it's like some Mark Zuckerberg where you just make an app and you up millions and you just dip. But I always think about like what would happen if I'm presented with the opportunity to, you either got to dip to really strike while it's hot, or should you just, you know what I'm saying, finish this out? Do you ever regret leaving?
Yeah.
Or not really?
Not at all. I think about it sometimes, but I feel like even if I did graduate, I still would come back to music anyways. Mm-hmm. But it just probably wouldn't have been the right timing. Like it probably wouldn't have worked out for me because I'm probably like a semester and a half, away from just like graduating. But just at the time, financial reasons and everything, like I couldn't enroll back into class, so I had to take a year off, save up, and do this and that. And I just felt like doing all of that, I would have missed out on, what I really wanted.
Facts.
And so I just pretty much just keep it there. And I'm glad that I went because I started, I could always go back and just knock it out whenever I feel like it's time. Yeah.
So you don't feel like you're not anti-college? Because a lot of rappers are like, not even a lot of rappers, just like how things are these days, it's like anti-school. Like even Tesla, Elon, he's saying, bro, if you want to work at Tesla, I don't care if you have a degree at all, bro. So it's really decentralizing people to even do it. Really now they just want to get nice at a skill and just go make bread off of it.
Yeah.
Do you think if you could do it over again, you know what I'm saying, would you even go to begin with? Or would you go head first, like maybe even back in high school and just be like, nah, I'm going to just dedicate all this to music? Or do you feel like, the college kind of played a part into where you got today?
They definitely like played a part because, I met a lot of genuine people, like peer friends that I got to this day,
Yeah.
The people that I record with, I met them through college. So it's just like, if I wouldn't have went to college, I probably wouldn't have found my path and what I actually want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's just nothing that I'll never like regret, because I feel like I wanted to make my mom proud at the end of the day as well. And I was trying to make her happy, and now I just feel like I'm at the point where I've figured out myself and what I actually want.
What you want to do.
And, it's here.
How are Kanice majors making music though? Like how did that, it was just a common thing that that's how y'all became friends, because y'all bonded over music?
Well,
are all those dudes doing music now, or they all went the Kanice route too?
Nah, like that's the label that I'm under. The friends that I met in college, we just built our own label. The Verano records that we had.
Okay.
Or the Verano family, what we like to call it. We just built our own empire,
That sounds like some mafia type stuff, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. Like a lot of people think
that's
that it's like a group thing, but like
when they start talking about family stuff, that's some different type. There's some different type of stuff.
Well, see, because Richard, my homie Richie Varvo, he's into The Godfather and everything.
Yeah, so I know what y'all got going on. We can't dig too deep.
We kind of want to
this LLC's
do it that way,
strictly,
but with music.
You feel me? All strictly legal.
Yeah,
I like that though. So you kind of found some people that was like-minded, and low key, you were probably in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
So transitioning from college, once you left, what was your mindset like? You had to make something shake. You didn't have a definite way to make money at that time. So what did your life look like once you took that leap of faith and left school?
It was, I don't want to say dark, but it was like a lot of people that didn't support it, including family.
The parents?
Yeah.
They supported or no?
I mean, my mom, she always like support my stuff. My dad, he's always like supported my stuff. I don't think my dad would tell me like, my dad wouldn't tell me like, don't do music, he'll want me to keep on doing it.
Yeah.
But my mom is more so on like, if you're gonna do music, then like make sure that you got a backup plan, or make sure that you're actually doing something while you're trying to get to that point, And pretty much I just put it in my head, and I felt like I'm the only one that gotta believe at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And, once it happened, then everybody else will understand and begin to support it. And they kind of are now, but it took a while for them to get to that point, because it's a lot of people that make music and they try and then they be in the same position 5-10 years. So I think that they just didn't want that for me, but now that they see it's what I really love and like the things that it's brought me, then it's like they can't deny it, really.
Facts. You gotta make it undeniable. You gotta just keep going. What do you think was one of the major, or what would you point as one of like the breakthrough moments where it went from like, oh, this is kind of a question of if it's gonna work, and then it became like it's working?
Yeah. Honestly, because I wasn't really taking it serious like that. I was making it because I enjoyed it and it was fun. But like,
and when you say making, are you producing
like
too? Are you a producer
music
too, or you just strictly?
Well, I record
artist?
Myself, but I don't actually go in or produce. But whenever I started actually putting songs out and stuff like that, I wasn't really as serious as I felt like I am now.
Yeah.
But that was really the turning point whenever people began to like it. Like a lot of people was listening to it, but I felt like I wasn't really, like I could do better always, I felt. And I just took that and ran with it. Really.
What's the story behind this Rolling Stoner?
Rolling Stoner, yeah. So Rolling Stoner is always something.
First off, the cover is hard, bro.
Yeah,
I can't lie to you.
The cover is where it's.
The cover is super hard. When you say you take it serious, I like the mix on the intro that we just played. That stands out, and then the socials, and then even the rollout. You're saying, hey, I'm dropping this project. Let me go do some media or some promo behind it. Where do you get that mindset? Because you said at one point you weren't taking it serious. How did you learn? Were you around people that were kind of on a bigger scale? You kind of peep game?
I just kind of soak everything in. Like everywhere I am, I always pay attention to my surroundings, and I'm like a sponge. I just soak everything all in, and I might not even tell you. I'm just paying attention. And the people that I was around, they did the same thing as well. So we would help each other. Like the label that I'm talking, we just help each other out as far as the business part about it and how we should go about this or how we should go about that, because we was really just putting music out, and we didn't really have a connection with the fans. We didn't really have a plan. Like we wasn't really organized. Like songs wasn't finished, and we was just putting them out. Like a lot of stuff like that was like we need to figure out what we could do with that as far as coming as a business, and being professional about it. Because a lot of people like our music when we was doing that. So it's like we put everything else behind it. Then
let's see how far we can take it.
Exactly.
And then going with the Rolling Stoner. So where does that rank in the projects that you put out so far? Is this the first, second, third?
Like as far as the best,
or just your catalog?
Oh, my catalog. This is like
how many projects do you have before this?
I probably got like 4 or 5 tapes on Apple. This will be like my 5th one.
What makes this one different? You feel
this one's just different because it's my first tape under the label. Everything else was just me just dropping it on my own and everything. But we actually got a team, so I got to show them music, and they get to add their input on what they think works and stuff. I'm not just coming out with just anything, because I always see people like drop music and they be like, did they team let them drop this? You know what I mean?
For real.
Like stuff like
Some
that.
of them, their team do be letting them drop it, or they just don't even really what do you give me an example of what you've seen that's made you be like, nah, bro. Somebody needs to get fired for letting this come out.
Just
what comes to my mind is like I think about production. Like, I love Future, bro. Sure. But some stuff that I hear him put out these days when he does like features, it's like, bro, you got to keep the production consistent because these dudes are making you sound terrible, bro. Like absolutely
and
terrible.
Also subject matter as well. I just make sure that I'm dropping everything that makes sense.
Do you feel like that's hard though these days, bro? Because to be honest, like people don't want to hear, they don't want to listen. Like they don't want to hear anything that makes them actually think. So like how do you combat that with like your want to actually have something, a message in your music in a scene that's like that's not even what the wave is right now.
Right. It's people got a short attention span. So I like to have my own story, but I don't want it to be boring, I always pay attention to what the kids like and what's hot and what people catch on real fast. And I feel like I could use my creativity and like my versatility as an artist to put the fun in my music while building a story as well. And that's kind of what the Rolling Stoner like tape is like is about. It's just me talking about like my story, but it's not just like these boring beats. And,
you try to give them paint them a picture so they can really see how you were living. And how were you living like during the process of writing and making Rolling Stoner? Like, how was your life like and your mindset?
It wasn't the best at all. Like I was going through a lot as far as just like I have a daughter. So
how old is she?
She's 1.
So that's his best baby girl.
So she just got here not too long ago. She'll be 2 in March. So I was just going through a lot especially trying to balance being a father and you know, being an artist and stuff
At
like
the same
that.
time.
Yeah, at the same time. And I think Rolling Stoner is just me just embracing, you know, like the situation and, you know, obstacles that I faced, you know, because it's not all just pretty out here, you know. It's always,
for
you know,
sure.
obstacles and stuff that God will give you, and like journeys and stuff that you'll have to overcome. And I think, well, I believe from my standpoint and my story, like Rolling Stoner is pretty much me like looking myself in the mirror and taking everything to the chin and accepting what I have to go through to get to where I want to go. You know, it's just a part of the blessing, and that's how I'm taking it.
Would you say like music is a form of therapy to you? Because you're talking about like things you go through.
Yeah.
You think that's kind of like an outlet, even if you're not looking at it like that. You know, you're not approaching it like that. But later on, you are gonna listen to these songs and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like at that point, that's what I was feeling. That's what I put in this track or project. And then you're gonna see as life gets better, like, okay, this is what I was on then, this is what I'm on now type thing.
Yeah, for sure.
You ever listen back and be like, you know what I'm saying? That was a whole different person.
Yeah.
Rapping on this song.
I listen to my old stuff like damn, like I must have been happy at this point.
Yeah.
You know? But like, if I would listen to this, I want this to last for a long time.
You want it to be, have an impact.
I don't want it to just have like, you know, you just listen to it a couple times and you're already tired of it. I want it to actually send a message and, you know, inspire some other people out there that might could relate to the same thing that I'm talking about. Yeah.
Who are some of your biggest influences, music-wise? Even like, let's say, growing up and even now.
Well, growing up for sure, it was Tupac. Just as a kid, on my dad's side,
that's what he listened to heavy.
That's all my dad would listen to. Like when I was a kid, like he got videos of me like 2-3 years old in the car, like, you know, nodding my head to Tupac, like. And my grandma ended up listening to Tupac too, his mom. So she still listens to Tupac to this day. But that's where it started at for me as in childhood. In like middle school and everything, it started to transcend to like Lil Wayne.
Okay.
And now it's just like I've always been inspired by Young Thug. And,
by Thug?
Yeah.
How you feel about his situation right now?
Man, it's
you think
sad,
he's getting
really.
out? Thug specifically. And then we could talk about Sergio Kitchens after
right.
that.
I know, right?
I told my bros, Thug, I mean, Gunna, there's no more Gunna, bro. It's Sergio Kitchens strictly, bro. You are an inmate now. I don't know why I'm just calling him Thug. I don't know if his real name is Jeffrey. We can call him Jeff too. Yeah. But I guess he earned the name Thug because in the indictment they calling him King Slime and Thug.
Yeah, man.
I don't know about Thug, but Sergio Kitchens is Sergio Kitchens. If he gets out or when he gets out, he's Gunna again.
Yeah.
But right now he's Sergio Kitchens.
That's all you is in there. You ain't nobody, man.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of my bros are saying when you go to the feds, they're smart.
Yeah.
So they want their money back. They'll let you live like a king. They'll let you buy steaks. They'll let you buy whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because the money you made out on the streets illegally, we need that back.
Not for real.
So that steak is gonna be $200. Y'all could live however y'all want.
Yeah.
But y'all gonna have to pay us.
Telling you, that's how it is. That's how it's gonna.
You gotta
go.
move right out here. You know what I'm saying? So you got the collective. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying. Y'all moving correctly and stuff
all
like
about
that.
How you move for real.
So Thug, and then you said Thug is kind of like your inspiration, not your main one, but one of the inspiration you have now.
When I started making music in school and everything, like
what drew you to his music? Because
it just drew me because it was so different. Like a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people think too hard on like their music and stuff like that. But I think that Thug just more so like he embraced like whatever he was feeling at the time, and like he didn't really care about like what people thought, and eventually somebody would like it, you know?
Yeah.
And whenever I was making music, that was just kind of what was like forming me to who I am as an artist and everything. And just staying true to myself and not really trying to sound like nobody else.
Okay.
Yeah. And I listen to Thug to this day, and just everything he does is just different. And I always try to like stand out, you know, in my own way. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So do you ever think you'll wear a dress on one of your album covers?
Hell no. I ain't do that though.
Why not, bro?
That's a
If
different.
Thug did it, you know what I'm saying? That's different.
Nah,
That's
that's
too much.
different. I ain't that inspired.
I seen a tweet the other day that said I was in high school fighting for my life every day, telling people Thug wasn't gay, and that was me because I started listening to Thug in my first year of high school, and I'm like, bro, this dude is hard, and everybody would just be like, I don't know what he's saying. Like him and Rich Homie, they didn't know what he was saying. Then Migos came out same year. They're like, I don't know what they saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro,
I knew everything.
You just listen to what he's saying, bro. But some of the antics Thug was doing early on, I can't rock with it.
Yeah,
but we gonna see.
We gonna
see.
Stuff, y'all ain't going that far, but
I want to talk about something that I've seen that's kind of like very prevalent right now in the rap game, which is kind of name dropping. The Baby came out with a song. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, that Boogeyman.
Yeah, I was the very first line, bro said. He name dropped someone and said, I've been waiting to say this. Yeah. Would you ever do something like that?
Nah, I'm keeping everything to myself.
What do you think was his goal by doing that?
Get sales, attention, for sure.
But I'm like, when you really think about it, it's like, bro, that really turns a lot of people off from your music, bro.
Yeah.
As far as guys.
That's
just weird.
It turned a lot of people off on you as a person, though.
It's just weird to me that bro really thought that was gonna make like. Are you thinking that's like a flex? Like, what are you thinking? Like, are you thinking that's what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about the psychology of it. Is that a dig at Tory? If so, that doesn't make sense because he don't even really care about her. And then if it really is you trying to come up off Meg's name, that's very telling of where your self-worth, bro.
Yeah.
If you thinking I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I could meet Meg soon one day, but it's just like, bro, I don't understand how you feel like that was going to be beneficial to your career.
Yeah.
By choosing her. You could have just lied and said Cardi B or somebody. That's actually
when I
cemented.
Heard it, I was just like, damn, like I don't know. I didn't know what to think.
But it didn't make you want to be like, let me go listen to more Baby's music. So that's what I'm saying. What did you think was gonna happen?
Nothing really. I just thought that they was just gonna ignore it, like, and just make it seem like it wasn't nothing.
For real. And that's really what's happening. But I'm just like, bro, with all these antics, we always say we would never do stuff, but it's like when you get in that situation where you feel like, hey, I'm losing traction.
Yeah.
You might have to act out. My bro always say, like, to win these days, like, you have to lose all morals. And it's sad. Like, you got to do stuff that you wouldn't normally do.
Yeah.
Because the world doesn't care about what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But they really do, though. You just got to get to those people.
I mean, if it's positivity, like, they'll listen. But, like, it's just so many different routes you could take to, you know, to get people's attention or to get people's reaction.
Yeah.
Even. And, I mean, I guess it's just certain ways to handle things. But I don't know. Like, I care too much about my art and, you know, my creation. You're not trying to
devalue it like that.
Yeah, like I'm all about trying to, like, please myself at the end of the day, but also trying to make the best, you know, music that I could make, really. That way people could relate to it and feel how I feel whenever I listen to it myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think people are going to come away from the Rolling Stone are feeling? Because that's a big thing in music, which is kind of intangible. It's not really in any other space besides like art. It's a feeling. Or movies too. Like you can be like, well, it just made me feel like this. Like that's the biggest compliment when someone's saying like, oh, that it made me feel like this, or like, it motivated me. Like, what type of feelings do you want to invoke from the listeners?
I want to add some type of like sunshine in the dark picture. You know, I just want it to be more motivating and inspiring instead of, it might be a down moment in your life or it might be something that you're going through, but it's always like something that you should very much embrace. And just the Rolling Stoner direction for me was, I've always been a fan of like the word Rolling Stone and like what it actually means.
What does it mean? I know like the old song from back in the day.
Well, what it actually means, Rolling Stone, is somebody that can't stay in one place.
Can't stay in one place. Okay.
So a lot of people take it
in
a lot of different ways. Yeah, they might take it like, oh, it's somebody that can't settle down. It might be somebody that can't, you know, it could mean anything, you know, somebody that has to stay busy. But I think the direction for me, I added the R at the end of Stone because I feel like I would say that I'm still a stoner, but during the process, I was actually trying to stop.
You were trying to stop smoking?
Yeah, like I had stopped smoking. Like
that's kind of funny though.
Yeah.
How you named the project Rolling Stoner,
and I was
and
thinking,
you weren't even smoking during that time.
Exactly. And that's the crazy part is I was trying to come off of it being like Rolling Stoner, meaning a stoner rolling through something.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually trying to change, and I'm really just fighting off like, you know, who I am truly.
Okay.
And also it's kind of like just me working to be better and everything, but just expressing the self that I present myself as,
Okay.
you know.
It sounds like you really trying to push motivation, and that usually comes from people that have went through things. So what was your life like pre-music? Like, what are some of the struggles that you've been through that have, you know, kind of given you this outlook that you don't want to add on to kind of like the negative side of music? You really want to push your own narrative.
Well, the struggle started pretty much whenever I was a kid.
And where were you born at?
I was born in Plainview, Texas.
So born in Texas.
Yeah, it's like it's west Texas. So
Okay.
it's still country. It's not really city,
Okay.
you know. But it really started off whenever I was a kid because whenever I was 2, see my dad he went to jail whenever I was 2 years old, and then he got out whenever I was like about to graduate high school. So pretty much from my childhood all the way up until then, it's just like, I don't want to say I was going through it, but like when I look back at it, it's just kind of like damn, like that's why I'm the way I am, and certain things start to make sense a lot more, you know, and that's also kind of a part of the Rolling Stoner as well, because I feel like my dad was as well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just kind of it's deep, you know, but I think that it's something that I would want to express, you know, with my music.
When he did get out, have you been able to share your music with your pops?
Yeah, for sure. Like every time cause he's still in Plainview.
Okay.
And every time we would hang out and everything, like he always like play this, play that, play that.
You're probably so excited,
So,
bro.
Yeah, he enjoyed it. He say that I get it from him, but he can't rap at all. So
Did he do music at all?
he did. Well, he never recorded a song.
Why
but
you don't be lying on him because
he
you
don't
don't
have
watch
one.
it.
He don't have one.
Is that
song.
true?
He
You
don't
just
have
make sure
one
it's true
song
before he
that
sees it and gets
recorded.
mad.
But if we in the car and we chilling and everything, he always trying to rap.
You trying to freestyle?
And I'm like, I definitely didn't get it from you.
You can't freestyle?
He can't freestyle.
Bro, you gotta put your
Terrible.
pops on the track
I mean,
one time.
He got a little style, but he can't rap. So I guess I took his style and I just made it effective.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just took it to the next level.
Yeah, because he be offbeat when he rhyme, and he
Maybe that's his
sometimes-
style though, bro.
It's but it don't work.
It's not
I be
it?
telling him like, nah, he you can't tell him that, but I'm his son, so I be letting him know like, yeah, you just gotta leave that to me.
That's live that you've been able to share that part of your life with him. And
Yeah.
low key, I feel like he's getting to know you even better through your music.
Yeah,
Because if you think about it, you know, bro wasn't there for a significant portion.
yeah, a long time.
So a lot of things you might not even really feel or even have the time to tell him, but through listening to your music, he's getting to learn who his
Yeah.
son is.
Yeah, because I talk about him too as well. So
And the music,
yeah, so he be like
he's
damn.
like, I didn't know you felt that
He
way.
be thinking about exactly.
Did he ever get in his feelings? I mentioned that because I know I remember Joe Budden's son put out some track a while back, and he was like listening to it on his podcast, and he was like, "Bro,
Yeah,
I can't get mad at him, bro."
Right.
He just be like, "That's all."
even if it's something like my dad wasn't around. this
Yeah,
and
he
that,
like,
he just
yeah.
like, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
It's like it. I don't want to say it touches him, but it just shows him that I've overcame it. You know, it's not something that like tears me apart. All
yeah,
the
you
time,
use
know?
that. You know what I'm saying? He looking because he already gonna feel like.
Like,
You know,
damn.
you already gonna feel down, bro. Even though
Yeah.
if you don't show it, but at least he knows like, okay, bro has his head on straight.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
used whatever feelings that he had to get him to where he's at now.
Yeah,
so
for
all
sure.
I can do now is just love him and support him.
Yeah, and yeah, that's where it starts. Like I know he'll always support me.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the things you did before music? Like, what were your passions? Were you growing up? Were you hooping? Were you skating?
Yeah, I played
were you
lot
a
of
gamer?
basketball. I really wasn't on the. I was on the game like younger days, like 4th and 5th grade. But I kind of like outgrew the games, and then I start. I've been playing basketball all my life. I played all the way up until like junior college,
Mm-hmm.
and I also had bad like health issues and everything. So I couldn't really stay on the court. So that also kind of led me to music as well, you know. And
So you're playing in JUCO. You went straight from high school to JUCO to play?
yeah.
And
So-
how did that process go as being a college athlete?
So I got like redshirted whenever I went my JUCO year, and then the second year I was gonna play, but then I transferred to Midwestern.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to play JUCO, but I was trying to play Division II. You
But
know,
that was a good look, though. You going up.
yeah, for sure. I think just when I was younger, I always was on the big schools and wanted to
Yeah.
be somewhere bigger where I was gonna get noticed and everything. But I mean, I feel like I could have played for a while, but I was just trying to make the knockout punch every time a situation came into my life. Like I played against these people in high school, so I was kind of like, you know, I felt like I was worth a lot more, you know. So I was
Facts.
chasing something else, and yeah, it just kind of just led me all to music, really.
Okay.
And you know, I've always had talents like growing up, and I think just the way my life was going, it just kind of like led me to that, because I played drums, like
So you musical
Yeah.
for real? Like you
Yeah.
played different instruments and different things like that?
yeah, and I played sports, and I did like I could draw, like just certain things that I felt like I could have like focused on and
Yeah.
took a route with. It just didn't really like make sense. Like every time like something happened, I would lean to going to go record, and I kind of just got my happiness with doing that.
Do you feel like some of those talents actually came back to help you? Like I notice now, like let's say if you were a good artist, sometimes when you become an actual recording artist, it's like I want to get this album cover created, and low key I know how to draw. I might not do it, but now I have a better vision for like telling the graphic designer what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you look back like, oh well, that wasn't all a waste.
That's
I played
exactly-
drums, and now I'm in the studio. I can tell when the hi-hats are off. I can tell when
Yeah.
808s need to be
Yeah.
pitched a certain way because I come from that.
Yeah, I
And
can
it's like-
flow with the rhythm of the song.
Yeah.
and-
So it's like a lot of
Yeah.
things in life that you held dear as you were a kid and you were just blessed with. When you finally find that passion, those things actually come to help you. So it's like,
yeah.
okay, cool. It wasn't all for waste. Even as a hooper, like you still got to be on a regimen. You got to be like in a mindset to be
for
locked
sure.
in to achieve a goal. I remember somebody that came from, I think it was a D2 or was it a JUCO? Dame. Did he come from a JUCO?
He went to like a small school.
Did he go
though.
to a D2?
I think it was like, I forgot the name.
And he just straight up just got buckets, bro, and just
Yeah.
shined and went to the league. How
it was Weber State. That's
Weber
where he
State.
went. Yeah.
How often is that? I don't know, but I'm just speaking to the fact that okay, cool. He was able to overcome that circumstance and kind of like you was like, bro, I don't want this look. I feel like my worth is league.
Yeah.
Y'all feel like my worth is D2. So
Yeah.
look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show y'all. And now with that, what did he go on to do? Making music.
Right.
Like you always, you know what I'm saying? You fight these battles in life to achieve certain things, but then when you get there, you always want to do what you actually want to do.
Yeah.
So do you feel like music will be the stopping point, or do you want to use music to give you the, let's say, financial freedom or just the time to do other things? I know you got a daughter now,
Yeah.
but what are some of the things you feel like you'll branch off into when you finally do get the time to sit back and enjoy the things that you built?
Well, really, just it starts off with music first and foremost, because I feel like I have to make a name for myself to be able to get the the outlets and everything after that in life. Also going back to school as well, I always have that. I think that after that, it'll always be longevity, because I think I'll always be business minded. Most importantly now, and that's something that you could you could do forever.
What do you think? Do you have anything, ideas that of any ventures that you want to do, even through the music, whether it be merch, whether it be art or whatever? I feel like everybody these days has some type of, other avenue of making money.
And the crazy thing with that is I would definitely take I would take like the movie role, like
that's fire.
The episode
like
role.
the actually acting or the directing of it.
Both,
like some Childish
like
Gambino
Atlanta.
type stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
I watch Atlanta a lot. And
tell me why my bro told me the other day, he's like, bro, there ain't no way you can be doing this media and you don't watch Atlanta. And I said, bro, you right, because bro is really talented like that.
Yeah, and
I need to watch that.
And,
like actually watch it.
And the wild thing is, I was in the acting class in high school. I've always been in theater arts and everything. I've improv, a lot of stuff like that. And with my music, I could also
channel that too.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta have some funny skits on there too.
Oh yeah,
that could be live and make you stand there like, bro, is really on here making it.
It's not gonna be no boring show.
It feels like it's a movie soundtrack, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the intro is like, it's introducing you into this person's world. You hear dialogues, you hear ambient sounds, and it's showing you the story. One person I've seen do that very, very well, I think it was a couple years ago, is Chance the Rapper's brother, Taylor Bennett. He had this little short film called Broad Shoulders, but that's the name of a track. And in the short film, he put out an EP, I think it was like 6 songs. It was 6 scenes. And each scene was paired with the song. It flowed effortlessly. And I'm like, bro,
that's crazy.
That's amazing. Having that eye to be like, let me actually bring this music to life. Now people want to listen to this, not because of just the strict music, but kind of what the story was showing. Okay, I see what bro was going through. Or even if it wasn't what you're going through, it's the vision you had to, let's portray this scene so people can relate to it more type thing. So you feel like with your art, you're gonna go that role? Yeah,
I mean, and also it just separates me from
other people,
from everybody. Like, a lot of people can't do that, especially a lot of artists think, okay, you just rapping and you making these hits and everything, but like, what else could you do? Because that stuff only could last, for when it's hot or while it's hot,
Facts.
So it has to be something else that you could show them that you're talented at, show them like more of you and what you could actually do, and I just know that I'm not just one dimensional, so you can't really just put a stamp on who I am as an artist and just a person in general.
What about music videos? How important do you feel like that is in someone's career? Because let's cite someone like YoungBoy. I feel like that's been super instrumental in his success, because every song has a music video. Sauce Walka, every song has a music video. And with your vision for the actual scenes and things like that, I feel like you could really take that role and really run with that.
Oh yeah, things like that. I feel like the timing is
what's
real important when it comes to that. But also, you have to build a story on, what you actually want the people to see, because I don't want people to just hear my music and they don't really know anything, I wanted to bring them a colored picture instead of, just hearing sounds.
Okay. So, what's the rollout going to look like for this project? Or when does it drop, you said?
So it drops Friday.
Friday? What does the rollout look like for you? This is a part of it, but what other things do you have planned? Or even stuff you had planned that didn't work out, because that's the reality of rap. Things don't always go how you want. You have things planned, they don't work out. At least other stuff, it's typical. Stuff gets pushed back, whatever.
Yeah, see, the difference on this one is I usually, whenever I make projects, I usually come in with a couple visuals.
Okay.
I come in maybe one and I drop a visual whenever I drop the the music.
Okay.
But I also just want my listeners to pick the video for me. Like, it'll be out for a while, but I want to see what people are actually gonna like, because it's one of those tapes where I don't know what my favorite song is. Like, everything is just like, it changes every day, so I don't know what I actually want to shoot. Whenever I see what people want to see a video to, then I'll go from there. But that's the difference on this one. I want to bring them the music, I want to bring them my whole format, so they could, soak it all in, and then I start giving them the visuals, and they'll like them even more, instead of just giving them everything at once.
Facts.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have a lot of new fans?
Oh yeah, for sure.
How did you deal with that? Because I'm dealing with that right now. Like my platform has a lot of new supporters, and it's like you want to introduce them to your world, but then you have to also realize not all these people know me anymore, bro. Like they really don't. They just know me for what I do, and they just know me for what they like. But I like doing this.
Yeah.
And you kind of you want to feed them what they like, but then again, you want to do what you like too. So this is going to be very good for them to be like, okay, cool. This album drops. Oh, bro, put a whole podcast on his channel.
Yeah.
Let's go see what he's talking about.
Exactly.
He's talking about the project. Now I got something. I'm going to listen to it now.
Yeah.
I like how bros, that's really what it is
That's
these days in the
exactly.
industry. Like people got to like you.
Yeah.
And then whatever you're doing, they'll support it.
Yeah, it's all a formula. Like you just gotta have it. Like if you don't, then you just don't. But
So you don't have any tracks on here that you feel like are your favorite? Because this will be dropped on the same day or before it comes out. So I want the people to be like, nah, that's hard too. They don't want to know.
If I had to pick a song right now, it's Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just a hard song where I'm rapping and just flowing.
Okay.
It ain't nothing that's, cause not all of it is like no tears. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's also some on there that's like you could play them in the club. You know,
Okay.
you could rock, make you want to drive fast in the car. And then
You be thinking about that too. You gotta have
Yeah.
songs for different vibes.
Yeah, then there's some that the girls might like.
Okay.
And then there's some I got one for my daughter on there.
That's
So
hard.
It's just a lot of it's like a roller coaster pretty much.
Okay.
But I'm giving it to you in all doses of me. You know,
Yeah.
I'm rapping, I'm singing on hooks, and yeah.
Who are some of
It's
the people
fun.
that you want to or have worked with in Dallas, or even other areas too? LA, Atlanta.
I've worked with Breon down
Okay.
here. She's a girl rapper.
Mhm.
She hard.
She's hard.
She's super hard. I can't put a name on it, but
Do you have any features on this project?
I got Richie Vavo on this
Okay.
one. He's the only feature. We always lock in
Usually
all
that's
the
just
time.
a mandatory.
Yeah, he's
How did y'all start doing? How did y'all start doing music together
He's the one that I was making music with in college
from the beginning?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's still to this day like we just going up, making better things than we had before, you know. And I think now we're just in a more like comfortable place. Like I feel like it's a mature song.
Yeah.
And it's like both of us kind of being more personal about you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm going through and then also what he's going through. So
Do y'all look back and be like, bro, we were trash back then, bro. We really, or y'all feel like it's just
honestly,
a progression?
honestly, we don't even be thinking like that.
No?
Like we look back.
That's
at
good.
We look back at our old stuff and be like, bro, that was crazy, you know. But like we recording better stuff now, but it's just like damn, like how we was feeling at that time, like
It was just different.
like it's hard, yeah.
Because artists have a problem with if it's old, they automatically think it's bad.
Right.
I recorded that 2 years ago. The mix was trash. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
X amount of excuses. I'm never putting it out. But this song could be amazing.
Right.
But for you, you don't have a problem with being like, well, I mean, that was just
It's kind of
them.
like gems, you know. It's
Yeah.
it's like lost coins or something.
Nah,
that
it
you been
is.
looking
It definitely
for, you
is.
know?
But they just be holding on to it and they don't want to put it out.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, that's y'all's problem.
Yeah.
Y'all got to put everything out because at the end of the day, y'all have moms. And I hate to take it here, but I always think of like Dolph's family. They're able to listen and hear. She's able to hear her son's voice every day
Oh yeah,
because of all the stuff that he's put out.
I think about stuff.
But
like that,
imagine
too.
if you just hold on to everything. Like it's not just about the money. Like you got people, you got sisters, brothers that really care.
Exactly.
Like God forbid something happen. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it don't have to be like that. But that's just where my mind goes. Like it's just what you're putting out there.
Yeah.
Like you, not to just live forever just because.
Yeah.
But to make sure that you know people once you're gone, they can know who you were.
Yeah, for sure.
What you thought about stuff,
Yeah.
your personality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell
They
yeah.
knew. And that's not always a priority because you don't want to just put everything online.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's like, who is this person? Like you
Yeah.
want to at least give them something so they
'cause the
can.
music might
Yeah.
be lost, and
Yeah.
that's also that also played a big role on me writing the songs that I have on this tape. Is
Mm-hmm.
because you know in the future, like my daughter might even go back and
She
listen to
is.
it. Yeah, so it's just
now you gotta
making
step
sure,
it up.
Yeah, I'm just like making sure that I'm saying the right things, and
That's gonna be
you
so
know,
hard, bro.
something that she could like relate to all her
Yeah.
life. And I feel like she'll listen to my other stuff, like my older stuff, and be like, okay, this was probably before me, because
he was wilding out.
Yeah, he was talking a little
crazy.
different. Yeah, so now it's just like she'll probably be like, okay, this is probably after me, because he's talking more mature, and he's mentioning me here and there, so yeah, I just wanted to see the change as well, and how it affected my music, whatever I was going with in life.
It's even gonna have a bigger impact that you're even just there for her.
Oh yeah,
because you know what it was like to not have your dad there for you. So
yeah,
even just that, her life is already,
yeah.
what you would have wished it was. So now you can be like, you know what, I'm gonna move with intention with this.
Right.
Because I know this is precious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been on the other side of it. I want to make sure it's right for her.
Exactly. That's where it comes into play. Like, I wouldn't see it any other way. I wouldn't put no other kid through that, especially not mine. The last thing I'll do is not be there. So I know that it'll make a lot of sense to her, and she'll appreciate it, so much, in the future. So, what
about your previous projects then? What was some of your favorite ones to date?
Definitely BACKWOOD Season 2.
BACKWOOD Season. So is that kind of like an installment that you have?
Not 2, but BACKWOOD Season is probably my like favorite besides this one.
Okay.
BACKWOOD Season 2 is
and I'm saying this so the people watching, y'all can go back and listen to all this. It'll all be linked down below.
Yes, sir. But like BACKWOOD Season was it's a classic. I got Richie Valvo on there as well. And I'm kind of like on the same thing that I am on like with this tape, with that one, but I think that one was just more so like I was younger and I was going through the stuff I was going through, but it wasn't in a like much more mature level, you know. And it was also different, situations, of course, but I had rap and melody on that one as well. So I try to give people, the full dose.
Was your daughter the only thing that made you start making different types of music, or was there other things? Because you're saying you were trying to stop smoking. Right. You know what I'm saying? You just had a kid. Yeah. What are some of the other things that led to you just wanting to do something different and go in a different direction?
Well, see my daughter, the thing with her, she made me more so like take it serious. Like I can't just be doing this and just wasting it.
Wasting time.
Yeah, putting money in here, putting money in there, and trying to, build this run that I'm going in, and not really like thinking about it, Also, what just made me start like focusing on what I talk about is just trying to be someone, respected in the industry, because a lot of people, get that respect whenever they share their story, and they're not just on the tracks, just talking about anything, lying most importantly.
Facts.
Yeah, so yeah, it just started from that, because I feel like that's how it's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. That's how everybody's gonna be able to relate, and that's how everybody's gonna be able to say every word with confidence, especially if they know it's real. Okay. So yeah.
How would you describe your style? Like for somebody that listens to you, if you could describe yourself to potential listeners or people that listen to you already, how would you describe what you put out in your offering?
I would describe my music as,
and it's low key hard for a lot of people to describe it, because they never think about it.
It's like I want to say like versatile,
that's why the question is, what would you describe it as? Because it's gonna be different. Like a lot of people are scared to say it because it's like you said, I don't want to stamp. I want them to think whatever. But how do you view it? You know what I'm saying? Because that's important.
Yeah. It's kind of like I want to say like street rap, but it's not even really just street rap, because I talk about it from here and there, but I feel like street rap is kind of like one thing, one dimensional. I would say I think to me it's just refreshing, like whatever you want to listen to or whatever you're like going through, like you could listen to it. But that's a good question. Like I never really just thought about it. Like
maybe you'll figure it out just throughout the journey. You know what I'm saying?
But I think a lot of people react to my hooks.
Okay.
I think that if I like really take the time to just have a crazy hook, then
It can go dumb.
Yeah, like the verse is gonna speak for itself, of course, but like the hook is always gonna bring you that attention.
Okay.
And I really want to just say that like my music is more so it's real catchy. You know, it's real vibey and like wavy.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like the words that I think.
Nah, you gotta describe it stuff like that, because people. That's what I'm saying. Like people can relate more to feelings than just it's this or that. Like if you it's vibey, it's what, okay, they have an idea in their head, okay, what vibey is.
Right.
Like people can relate to that type of like how you describing it. So that's good that you're able to articulate that and be like, it's vibey, it's chill, it's this, it's that. Like even if it's colors, you got to just think outside the box. Like
energetic.
Artists be using colors as form of expression and different words and different slang that it might not have a specific meaning, but for the people listening to it, like they resonate with it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's all it is just, it's not something that's boring or outdated. You know, it's something that you could dance to. Mm-hmm. You know, you could sing all the words to and feel like you the man.
Yes,
like
sir.
All that. Like, so also the girls, you know, they could sing some, you know, melodic
be
tracks.
The ones, bro,
like
girls are the ones that really be buying a lot of the music.
That's what I'm saying. So that's the crowd that you actually
they gonna turn you up.
Focus on, but
they will turn you up.
I always make sure to put melody in my music, especially when I'm making projects, because rapping is not just the only thing that I like focus on. I feel like just making music, and you know, I don't want to just be known as a rapper. You know, I want to be known as someone that puts out great music. Okay. Most importantly, so.
October 7th, that's the big day.
October
7th, Rolling Stoner.
Rolling Stoner,
BACKWOOD
7 tracks.
Q is dropping.
Yeah,
you know where to go cop that. All streaming platforms, right?
Yeah.
And I want to say on Wax, I appreciate you for coming through, bro.
Yes, sir.
I always tell artists that y'all give me the ability to turn my dream into a reality.
Oh yeah,
and the platform is called Reach the People for a reason. Your story is what's most important, not me.
Yeah, definitely.
People need to hear your story so that it can reach those other artists and different things and people that are trying to take a leap of faith. Oh, yeah. So as we outro, I want to have you, if you have any words of advice to either young artists, fathers out there that's trying to handle that and handle some business, what would you say to them, you know, as far as to keep going?
Just stay true to yourself. Even if it don't feel like it's going right, as long as you know that there is, you know, some type of sunshine at the end, everything that you're going through is all worth it. Yeah. And, you know, if you give up, you're only hurting yourself and, you know, the people that love you around you. So just stick to, you know, what you know and put your all into it. Mm-hmm. Most importantly,
No cap. So Reach the People podcast with Darius Sanders season 2, man. I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. This will be out everywhere before the album drops, before the project drops, or on the day of. Go run that up. First day, we needed to go dumb.
Yeah,
we needed to go dumb. As we do outro, do you have any other unreleased that you can play for me?
I could play this one.
If you do, just hook it up right here just to give them a little bitty taste. But it will come out when it's already out. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? We ain't going to do too much.
Or now I play Ace of Spades.
You know what I'm saying? That's the one that's close to your heart. So we got to play Ace of Spades real quick. Yeah. Once again, Reach the People podcast with Darius Sanders, bro. I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in, man. It's been a blessing. We only getting started. Yeah. Gotta stand at the crib just to wake up early and count these bands. I done lost too many fake friends, I can count on my hands. Yeah, they probably hating on me, still I'ma just call them fans. Don't really know the things that I seen, that's what made me the man. Tinted windows, smoking endo, rocking out shows. I'm in that mode. Whoa. Know I'm about to blow. Had to go ghost. Sticking to the code. I pray they close the case. I'm running out of space. Way Yeezys with my babe. These Fifis be so fake. I threw away my cape. Ain't nobody get saved. I don't even go on dates. Tell them little boy don't play. I'm counting your last days. They waiting on the tape. It's classics being made. I'm sipping Ace of Spades. I ditch my dress for the rate. Don't gotta make sure she's late.
Only reason I wore dark shades. Got that baby going just to wake up early and count these bands. I done lost too many fake friends I can count on my hands. Yeah, they probably hating on me still, I'ma just call them fans. Don't really know the things that I seen, that's what made me the man. Tinted windows, smoking endo, rocking out shows. I'm in that mode. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, I'm about to blow. Had to go ghost. Sticking to the code. Sticking to the code.
Hey, I don't know if any of our listeners is just popping it like that. They got Ace of Spades, but I can hear the DJ. I need all the hoods and scammers and everybody.
Yeah.
When this come on, I need Ace of Spades. Bring it out. Bring it out. Hey, if you listen to this track, bro, you got to listen to it with a bottle of Ace of Spades, bro.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
the only way. Now that was hard though.
Yeah.